Alrighty guys, hi, it's Amanda. How are you guys doing today? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new or returning and haven't, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And as we talk about everything, go ahead and give the video a like and leave a comment down below. So today is going to be an interesting topic. As most of you know, if you're new here, I do not script my videos. So this one I have a feeling is kind of going to be point and then a different point and then a point because there's so much that kind of goes into this, and I have a ton of questions and not even opinions, just a lot of like open questions that I don't know if other people have, and I don't know if other people have the answers to it, and I kind of just want to get this out there. So I want to be talking about a lot of the TikTok drama that's been going on, some of the YouTube drama. And we're talking about a lot of people. That's why I'm kind of all over the place, and I'm moving my hands a lot. I will try to stop. So what I have noticed in like the last 6 months particularly, a lot of the mainstream media that is covering any kind of influencer happens to be an influencer of a younger demographic. And I want to say here, I don't have any issues with younger influencers. It just brings a lot of question to me in a lot of different areas. So we all know kind of what's been going on with these different, what's been going on with these different influencers just through media. And if you're watching my channel, I'm sure you watch other channels that kind of discuss this stuff too. We have the hype house stuff and how they blatantly disregard everything about the pandemic and social distancing and continue to throw large parties, to the point that their mayor kind of got involved and like addressed them from afar, like, hey, if you continue to do this, there's going to be repercussions. I'm going to shut your power off. For whatever reason, whether it's immaturity or wanting the publicity, whatever reason it is, they continue to do it anyways. And they ultimately did get their power shut off. I believe it has been restored now, but like it's instances like that cause question to me, and I kind of asked some of them. And the situation like that with the hype house, my question is, or questions rather, there's multiple, are who's ultimately making these decisions? Is it just the TikTokers? Is it the TikTokers and their management? Is it just their management pushing it on to the TikTokers? Like, what is going on for these poor, blatant disregard of anybody's safety? Who's making these decisions and who's giving the go-ahead? Like, if they have a manager, like, and there are other influencers coming and attending this party, I'm sure management is aware. I'm sure it's not just like something that the kids are putting together and, people are just showing up. I'm sure management is aware. So why are these managing company, and I'm assuming, I'm obviously not in this world, so I don't know, and I'm just making assumptions and asking questions to get the dialogue going, have you guys engage with me down below to let me know what you think and if you know any of the answers to this stuff. Why do we think that these things continue to happen even after they were warned? Like, do these people think that they are, because they have so much wealth and so much recognition, that they are not going to, sow the benefits, so to speak, like reap what you sow, that they're not going to have to face the consequences because they have the money, because they have the ability to pay off the fines and stuff like that? Is that their mentality? I really can't pinpoint it because I am not on TikTok. I don't really watch TikTok. Of course, everybody has seen those. I get what it's about. It's a cute app. I have nothing wrong with it. I just don't have time in my day to consume that kind of social media. So I'm really not in that world very much. And that kind of continues to be the issue with some of these other influencers who are even not of age or are barely of age, and the stress of being in social media. And I think some of the problems that come with being in the limelight So whenever we are growing up, you know, it takes years. Like, even though you're 18, you're still not fully developed. You're still not fully mature. Into your early 20s, you are still dealing with those issues. And when you are young and you're making as much money as these individuals are, and who, I don't know the you know, situation with their parents. Are their parents involved, or is it just the management? How often are they, like, what is their family life like? Is there a family life? Like, are they getting deprived of some things because they are focused on their money? Because they may be being pushed to make money by their families? I mean, these are legitimate questions that I have. And I don't know if anybody's actually asked the questions. And with family vloggers, we always point out that these kids maybe could not give consent, or that, you know, these parents may be overworking the kids. I think some of those questions go beyond just young children. Because when we have a teenager who maybe is not in traditional school and is getting homeschooled or doing online school, you know, as long as their work is done, who knows how long they are actually spending on their academics. They may not be spending much time on their academics. They may be doing the bare minimum just to get a degree if they stay in school. And then how much time are they putting into their social medias? Is there any regulation going on? Like, are these management teams or these parents or whoever's responsibility it is to care for these people or these kids or young teenagers, however you want to categorize them, where are they? And are they putting down rules? And are these TikTokers and young YouTubers, are they following them? Because we see ongoing some of the other creators who are a little bit older but started younger on YouTube. Like, we have Tana Mojo and we have James Charles. Both started on YouTube very young. Of course, they have different content. But, for example, we have these two who started YouTube fairly young, have grown up on YouTube for the last couple of years. And I see like zero maturity in them. I don't know if that's just me. I don't know if anybody else sees that. But I don't see where they have matured from the age that they started. I really don't see it. They continue to make the same poor decisions. They cannot really take accountability. James Charles has done his best. But again, is that to me begs the question of, is that James Charles making those decisions and those moves, or is that his management team telling him he needs to? You see what I'm saying? Like, I really don't know if being on social media at a young age, if there are not things in place to regulate and monitor the amount of time that's being put into it, what content is being put out, you know, what their interaction is, what their label looks like, if any of that is being regulated. Because I don't think it is. Quite frankly, I honestly do not feel that it has been, because we have the Tana Mojos, we have the James Charleses, you know, not that James Charles and Tana Mojo should be in the same sentence, but you understand what I'm saying. And now we have these younger influencers who are already in so much problematic stuff. We have the Charlie stuff, like just blanket, easy, slightly problematic stuff is already a huge issue. Now we have that TikToker, his name's Tony, I think. Tony Lopez, is that his name? I don't know. The one who's being accused of being inappropriate in DMs and stuff like that. And that's an across the board issue. Whether they're of age or not, people just crossing the line when it comes to interacting with people and their fans. Which is another big issue. I mean, that goes beyond just an age issue and having questions about how they're managing themselves and their time, is messaging people, messaging your fans. Like, we all know to an extent you have to have, you know, you have to be relatable to an extent. You have to be genuine. You have to be transparent. You have to be willing to engage with your audience to build that audience. I get that. But why are so many influencers missing the mark? How is this happening? Is this happening because these influencers aren't able to mature because they spend too much time making videos? Is it because they're not getting enough one-on-one with the family to learn the morals, to learn those like deep down core morals and values? Where is the message being lost? And it's not every influencer that is large does this. I mean, we have Jaclyn Hill. Yes, she's problematic in her own way, but as far as I can think, there has not been one scandal of her messaging somebody who is of an inappropriate age, especially in a sexual manner. And I mean, there are Jenna Marbles, again, like there are so many influencers who are quite a bit older, who are in the older generation now, who are like in their late 20s, early 30s. Some are even more mature than that, who don't have these problematic issues. And of course, there are outliers who do, like Jeffree Star. We can just call it what it is. There are some that are older and are problematic. But these younger influencers, the problematic behaviors that they are displaying are so dangerous, in my opinion. We have a lot of them being accused of behaving inappropriately sexually on a number of levels. Like, I'm not just meaning inappropriate text messages. I mean, we have people being accused of hardcore crimes, and that's scary. And then you have people blatantly defying your laws. Like, say what you will about like law enforcement and stuff, but blatantly disregarding public safety, their own safety. Like, all of this boils down to not being taught like morals and values, to, you know, not caring, to being entitled. And it's got to be a core issue to me. It has to be something that is going on, because it's like a blanketed issue almost at this point, where, you know, everywhere you turn, it's another young influencer's drama, that is a serious issue, which is being broadcasted as drama. And I am guilty of that too. But at what point are we going to like stop letting this stuff be, what's the word? Like, glamorized? At what point are we going to stop the medias, and like when you're covering these stories, at what point are we going to literally sit down and ask those hard questions? Why are you doing this? Who is allowing you to do this? Why do you think it's okay to continue to do this behavior? And the apologies that we get after these actions are just to save face. They are not legitimate, genuine apologies. It is very hard to come by on social media that any apology is genuine. And that sucks, but it's true. And everybody knows it, because everybody makes videos reacting or talking about somebody's apology, because it's not a freaking apology. It's just not. So at the end of the day, I know I have asked probably too many questions for people to even comprehend. But the main question I have are the ones from the beginning. Like, who is ultimately making these decisions? Who is ultimately saying, yeah, that's cool for you to do? Of course, I understand to some extent they have control over themselves, but they are being managed. They have PR teams. When they're throwing these parties, and all of these people are coming, it is my assumption that the management teams are involved. Why are they not stepping in? Is that how things work? Like, is it the management team, or is it just these young kids who could care less because they mentally cannot think beyond themselves because they are too young? And is that an issue? Is it an issue to have these young influencers gaining such popularity and fame. All right, guys. My questions just continue to build, and I could continue to rant, but I don't want to overload anybody. So give me your opinions. Answer some of my questions down below, or give me your feedback on those questions that I have. Otherwise, I will see you next time. I hope you guys are all having a good day, evening, or night, wherever you are. If you haven't seen my videos, I will link them at the end and provide the playlist for all of my commentary. Thank you.